One of my most popular YouTube videos was called Learn to Watch Basketball Like a Coach. And with A Quiet Place 2 out now, and of course The Rule of Hollywood, you need a sequel, right? Everything has to have a sequel. So I thought, what better time to do a sequel to Learn to Watch Basketball Like a Coach by watching a full game through the lens of, say, Ty Lue, a tremendous coach who's doing an unbelievable job with the Clippers, obviously evidenced by last night's crucial Game 5 win. So let's pick up this game from the jump ball, which ironically enough is how we started the last video, the last Learn to Watch Basketball Like a Coach, which you can find up at top. Because believe it or not, the Suns, nobody else I think even noticed this, but they just tried to start this game with a jump ball play. Watch Devin Booker set this back pick right here, trying to free DeAndre Ayton for a lob. Reggie Jackson does a great job recognizing it and taking it away, because Marcus Morris was screened off and Ayton would have had a lob. So once it's not there, Chris Paul pulls it back out, and now what I love is the Clippers snapping back after looking like they're going to play man to start the game into zone. They kind of mixed up the defenses all night. They kept the Suns guessing. They showed them a lot of different looks, and here they kind of went into a 1-2-2, 2-3 hybrid and, forced a little confusion. A tough Devin Booker shot to start the game. So right after, what do they go right back into? Again, zone, a little 2-1-2 type look, 2-3. And again, they threw Phoenix off. It was a look they hadn't really seen extended much this series, if at all, right? A lot of the Clippers' defense in the last series, but hardly any against Phoenix. With this super small lineup forced to play without Zubac, they went to the zone, and Phoenix was caught off guard by it, quite frankly. When it comes to play calling, playoffs, all about matchups. And Ty Lue did a great job with that, too. Great job calling sets. Here, a little UCLA-type cut into a side ball screen. Weak side stagger. But that's all fluff, because what they just wanted to do on this play was force that switch right there, with Devin Booker switching onto Marcus Morris, so that they could post him up. Where Marcus has a lot of old-school post-game. And once he got it down there, he was money all night long. Huge bucket after bucket. Watch Pat Bev on this play. Look at him continually playing cat and mouse with Chris Paul, faking like he's going to go over the screen, continuing to jump under and under before finally stripping him at the end. This is why Patrick Beverley is one of the top 3 or 4 defenders in the league. I don't care what the analytics say. I don't care what any of the blog boys say. Yeah, he plays tough as hell. He plays physical as hell. But that's because he's a pit bull and he's relentless and he's one of the most feared defenders in the entire NBA. Clippers off to a great start. And I'm shocked that this clip didn't go viral too. This Reggie Jackson dunk, by the way, this was filthy. Whew. Where did this come from? 11-3. Still no Monty Williams timeout, by the way. Keep that in mind. Again, Clippers sticking with the zone, right? Keep playing it until they knock you out of it. Don't mess with a good thing. Again, run out, another layup, and the foul. Still no Monty Williams timeout. Finally, after Marcus Morris hit this to make it 18-5, he calls the first timeout. I understand you don't want to be the first coach in a game usually to call timeout, but this was too long. Mike Budenholzer took one real quick when the Bucks got down, I believe 7-0 in the last game, because he could tell his guys just weren't ready to play from the start. I thought Monty should have called this first timeout a couple minutes before this even, because they got down big to start and they just were not, quite frankly, ready to go. But then, so they call timeout. What do you think Monty Williams is most likely drawing up a play to go against? Zone. So what do the Clippers come out in? Man. Again, switch it up, keep them guessing, keep them off balance. And the thing that the Clippers really did a great job with and adjusted from prior games, they switched pick and rolls. So they were fine with Terrence Mann and company guarding DeAndre Ayton on the switch, and fine with Marcus Morris guarding Chris Paul. Mann does a good job contesting that straight up, not letting Ayton get a dunk out of it. Here, they were back in the zone, and you also have to remember not to overreact to things. So, Chris Paul comes off a high ball screen anyway. Jay Crowder cutting from the slot, going back door. That's a tough guard against the zone. Pat Bev guarding Devin Booker in the corner. Hard to take that one away. They get a layup, but look at the Clippers coaching staff. They're still clapping. They're still all right, right? Again, not overreacting to a single basket or two. Not getting too high or too low. The other thing, about, say, play calling, it's more so about a style of basketball, how generally you want to run your sets and how you want to, what kind of shots you want to prioritize. So in this game, again, by going so small, they basically made the Suns have to switch everything, which they did. But by doing that, now as Terrence Mann rolls into that short roll pocket, now Devin Booker, he's not used to being in that spot, having to come over, help on the roller. Now Terrence Mann, basically, again, playing that small ball big spot. Now he's got the 4-on-3. He's got to read it. And he does a beautiful job faking that pass to the corner, making Jay Crowder commit, and then finding Marcus Morris for a 3. Not everything is a diagrammed perfect set. This one, after a free throw, you're usually going to call a play. So this is another good test of what a coach has. AFT, after free throw play. So what do? Go back again to the UCLA side ball screen. They get that same switch. Throw it into the post. But now, since Morris has scored a couple times already, the Suns adjust. Mikal Bridges comes to double. Okay, so now you know. They've made the adjustment. The Suns adjusted to how you're running your stuff, what matchup you're looking for. So maybe now that play, which you've run 3 or 4 times already, now you have to go to something else. So they go back to the high ball screen. And once again, Phoenix just having trouble with it. Trying to avoid the switch this time. The campaign gets out in a show, and Paul George right away just kind of splits the difference. Splits right down the middle, gets a driving gap, forces Aiden to come in, kick, extra pass, great ball movement possession by the Clippers. And so what I love about this, even though Marcus Morris misses the shot, huge lesson for coaches. Evaluate the process, not the result. Far too many coaches care only about if the ball goes in or not. Watch Ty Lue. He, again, is always clapping. He's applauding good effort, smart plays. Doesn't matter if the ball goes in or not. If you move the ball brilliantly, if you run good team-oriented stuff, share the ball, he's going to be enthusiastic. He's going to be positive. He doesn't get down after a couple missed shots. And it was 25-14. Back to man. Again, switching up, different looks. Pat Bev trying to guard Book. But as soon as he gets downhill a little bit on that screen, you switch. Why do you do that? Because if you're in a drop, he's got that mid-range jumper that he loves. So by switching, you take away this mid-range jumper right in this area. Man on a man. Don't have to get in rotations. Don't have to come in and tag. Keep a body on a body. Switch it. And now Patrick Beverley again. Just denying Aiden. Tough shot. And then Jeff Van Gundy raving all night about the gang rebounding. Look at the job Pat Bev, Reggie Jackson, everybody doing, getting the body on Aiden, going after the ball, Patrick Beverley. And then when things got a little sloppy, again, it was 25-14. Phoenix playing in transition a little bit. Going to end up getting campaign 3 to make it a little 7-0 run. What does Ty Lue do? Timeout. Anytime Phoenix got a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a run, he was right there to stop the tide, calm the troops down. Another good measure of a coach is after timeout plays. ATO right here. What does he do? Draws up a little misdirection. Cousins looking like he's going to screen over here. Instead, comes to screen Reggie Jackson to go to his right with the single side tag in this corner from Morris. Jay Crowder's in a tough position. Too late getting there. Cousins, dunk. Nice ATO. Again, that's how you curb a run. Every time they went on one. Again, switching up your defenses. A little full court man this time. Zone, man, keeping the Suns guessing. Great tenacity, great effort, great resiliency. You'll live with Saric shooting contested threes. And then, really interesting too. So you went super small to start the game. You switched everything. You played 5 out. But you went back to this matchup advantage. Went big when the Suns went small. And when the Suns went small, Boogie's in the game. You call cross screen for him. Play calling. Every time Boogie had this matchup, basically, they were trying to run a post-up play for him. They say post-ups are dead. Well, Boogie's still pretty good down there. And you know what? Evaluate the process, not the result. Like I said, so Boogie, first time they go to it, good move, good deep post position, good shot. Ball goes in and out. Some coaches, will shrug their head, go away from it, do something else. Not Ty Lue. He's going to come back to it. Again, you live with Saric shooting threes. But here it starts. Boogie getting deep post position. Real deep. Got Saric all messed up trying to get position on him. So what does Marcus Morris do? Drive the gap. Drive to the middle. Force Saric to help. And now Boogie's got himself an easy bucket. Good work by the big fella. Again, switch up your defenses in Phoenix. For Phoenix's ATO, come out in man. But what do? Like I said, no more drop. This looks like a drop initially, but now they're switching it. So that normal mid-range jumper that Chris Paul likes right about here against the drop, because Paul George would still be trying to get back to him, now it's not open because Boogie switched it. And again, Paul George, his new man is Saric. You switch, you take away that shot, and then look at Boogie. Way to go, big fella. Point Boogie. Love it. Cross screen. Once again, post up. Saric can't guard him. That's a matchup advantage in the playoffs. That's what you got to exploit. You never know when you're going to need somebody. How about, again, it ain't broke. It's working for us. Simple turnout. Throw it in the post. Bucket. Bucket after bucket in the post. DeMarcus Cousins. Great coaching by Ty Lue. Patrick Beverley, once again. Elite, elite, elite at this. And also, good job by the Clippers. Good discipline to know. This is probably something they showed in film sessions pregame. And the day off. I talked about Chris Paul. You got to take away his mid-range by switching. So Boogie was up higher, ready to switch against Chris Paul. Cam Payne, not as much of a mid-range player. So what do they do on his pick and roll? Patrick Beverley tries to keep pursuing. Boogie keeps backing up. They don't switch this one. Pat Bev. That's a phenomenal rear view contest, more than just a contest. Ends up being a block by one of the hardest playing, best defenders in the NBA. Big time defense. Paul George, transition layup. Calling a play here. Again, Ty Lue, what do you have? Well, this time, nothing great. But, again, this is why you can't always evaluate a play by what ends up happening. Because, again, this was the high ball screen they went to. So many people think, oh, coaches are like calling plays to get that specific shot. No, that's not how the game works. He's calling an action like this high pick and roll, getting the same switch we saw Paul George take advantage of a few times. And this time, Cam Johnson does a good job moving his feet. The Suns have a lot of bodies in the paint. Paul George has to kick it out. And now Boogie misses a shot. And this is when we started to see Boogie. Yeah, he had a great run, but he's gasping for air here. He's dead tired. So he's got Terrence Mann at the scorer's table, ready to make an adjustment. He also fouls Chris Paul. And good discipline, too, by Ty Lue. Even though Boogie, you got to be smart as an NBA head coach. Doesn't matter. He says he didn't touch him. Challenge it. Yeah, maybe you're right, Boogie, but nah, we can't waste a challenge on in the second quarter on an and one. Again, game of runs. Evaluating the process. Clippers trying to fly around, still playing hard, but the Suns got a little momentum, another little run. Timeout. Again, every time. Great, great feel for calling timeouts. Right time always to stop a run. Again, look at the switch on the ball screen. Keeps a body on a body, takes away Chris Paul's S dribble, snake dribble. Keeps a body on Aiden on the roll. And they weren't looking to post him, amazingly, against Reggie Jackson, Luke Kennard. They really didn't throw the ball into him. It's got to be more aggressive demanding the ball down there. Again, you see, that's what happens. So you're still giving up mid-range shots, say, But how much tougher is this shot in an ISO, fading away almost at the three-point line, than his normal wide-open pull-up against a drop? That's why I hate looking at the game just through shot charts. No two shots are the same. Every shot, even in the same spot, can be vastly different. They took away that Hawk play, right? They knew how to come double that. But what do you see? You see a mismatch. Again, Cam Johnson guarding Marcus Morris in transition. Dump it down to him. Mikal Bridges is guarding Paul George. You can't leave him right here. So Morris, again, is going to get deep post position, hit that fadeaway. Again, when you play this super small lineup, Batum at the 5, Morris at the 5, however you want to word it, 5 out, hunt matchups, screen and slip. We heard Ty Lue say that at halftime. Screen, get out of there, take your new man with you, create a driving gap for Paul George. He's going to attack it. Help comes in. Doesn't matter. Paul George still finishes. Big time game for him. Once again, the switch. Batum's got Aiden in the post. Body on a body. Gang rebounding. Look at that. They got after it last night. They played hard as hell. Batum, great block out. Reggie Jackson, great help. Everybody getting involved. Switch. Again, Suns just could not find any consistent offense. Could not get anything out of their pick and rolls. They were running all night long. This is good film study. This is seeing something on film. They probably ran this play game before, earlier games of the series. Looks like it's going to be a stagger away for Kennard. He's going to back cut it, though. And see, look at Devin Booker. He switches. He's telling Crowder to take Kennard. I've got Marcus Morris now. So what does Batum do? Sees that. Screens Devin Booker now instead of Kennard's man. Gets Marcus Morris a wide open 3. Execution. Film study. Suns went to a double drag, trying to force this switch, and they get it. Luke Kennard on Aiden. But again, amazingly, you got to get the ball here. Get in front of him. Great job by Ty Lue. Going with this switch, telling Kennard, get in the front, and Aiden doesn't fight hard enough to get the ball. They took him out of the game. He had a super passive game. Good contest, and again, all-out war in the paint when the shot goes up. Doesn't matter. Luke Kennard's on him. He's going to hit him with a box out. Great block out. Batum, a little shove in the back. Paul George in there. Reggie Jackson in there. Who wants it more? Clippers did last night. Sometimes, too, you got to tip your cap to the opposing coach. He's no slouch either. Monty Williams done a great job. They rehearsed this, obviously, end of quarter play. Just for a situation like this. 3 seconds, hit the big. Booker cuts off him, handoff, shot fake, bucket. But look at Ty Lue. Yeah, he's not thrilled about it, but he's poised. He still knows they had a good half overall. He's not going to come in the locker room miserable about that one play, cussing guys out. They still got a 7-point lead, and we saw. He told them at halftime, overall, really good half. You guys did a lot of really good things. Not tripping over one play, but good execution there by Phoenix. If you want the whole second half, that'll be only on patreon.com/ScoutWithBryan. 10+ minutes of additional how to watch the game like a coach film study from the second half of this game. Again, you can check out the patreon.com/ScoutWithBryan link up at top. I'll go through the whole second half on there. Thanks for watching. Make sure to thumb up and subscribe.